not. I actually can't. I can't snap with both hands. So I guess I should have done it like that, and then like that. Like I was snapping with my other hand, but I was, you know what I mean. Well, anyway, point is that was there's an intro to be had there. Okay, that was supposed to be a real attention grabber, and now I have your attention. This video is going to be on overwhelming people with your personality, being real big and eating them up, or just being careful with having that happen to you. Uh, Interestingly enough, I am actually missed. That doesn't seem very surprising, actually. Now that I think about it, considering I seems pretty normal. Anyway, point is, I'm pretty overwhelming. Like when I talk to people, I generally don't eat their personality traits to conform to them. People usually will begin to just like conform to my personality traits. Not that I am like mean or aggressive or like abusive to people who are different than me. I just find the people that I interact with generally just start to um, mimic a lot of what I do. Maybe that's the people I select for. Um, anyway, if you find yourself mimicking people, maybe this video is for you. So this is the second channel, and I'm supposed to be real brave and powerful. And I guess I've already said some very wild stuff on this channel, so I don't know why this is such a nervous thing for me. But I will. I write a lot. I think I talked about that in like another video. And I was told shout to you. The person told me I should share some of it, which I probably should. I guess I'm gonna publish this at some point. I don't know if I'm gonna do that as like a pseudonym or I mean not this one specifically. I have like other stuff maybe if it's more refined. I mean I'm pretty sure I just wrote this today actually. Point is, very nervous of a thing. Anyway, so I'm going to read this out loud and I guess just talk about it as it is relevant to the current topic. I titled it I Overwhelm. I have lived much of life carrying my own knife. So in chaos and doubt, I am my own strife. I stagnate and stall, forcing eyes on my wall. I am a giant, none heed my warning call. My words carry weight, raw experience without bait. But I am the scorpion, perhaps I court fate. Sweet is a plum, but it's me who you become. I overwhelm, more than a rule of thumb. Um, and this is just, I don't know, this is kind of my reality. I guess when I talk to people to some extent, I don't know if I tell people that I'm like overwhelming, I suppose, but I'm a very decisive person. So I'll always just do whatever I want to do. I'm not going to regret it either. Even if I mess up or mess somebody else up, I mean, I might be sad about it. I might be like, oh, damn, yeah, perhaps there is another way. But whatever I did, I make peace with my decision as I make it. Um, I will make it happen. That's just the type of person I am, and that kind of decisiveness is perhaps a very intoxicating thing to some people, especially if you're more indecisive. Then when you look at people that are decisive, you're just going to want to let them take the wheel, um, which is a very dangerous thing to do because then you start to rely on that person, starts to build up codependence, and then what are you? I mean, generally when I talk to people, I don't tell them I'm a good person. I'm very honest with who I am and what I am, right? That's why I said like, but I am the scorpion, like the story of like the scorpion and the frog. Um, you've never heard that. Be like, there's a scorpion and there's a frog. The scorpion needs to ford a river, um, and he can't swim. So he looks at the frog and he goes, "Hey, you help me get across this river." The scorpion stares at him, El Alacran, and the frog looks and says, "No, you're a scorpion. You'll sting me." And the scorpion looks at him and says, "No, why would I do that? We're going to be in the river. If I sting you, you'll die, and we'll both die. You'll all drown." And the frog goes, "Okay, you're right. Hey, let's go." So the scorpion hops on the frog's back. The frog starts swimming. Gets about halfway through, and he feels a sharp sting in his back as everything goes numb. And the frog turns his head as he starts to go down and says, "Why would you possibly have done that? Now we're both going to die." And the scorpion looks at him and says, "Well, I'm a scorpion. It's in my nature." And they both drown and die. The end. Moral of the story, I'm a scorpion. I tell people I'm a scorpion. But to some extent, I'm honest. And there's something intoxicating about that honesty for people. Nobody really cares, I guess, even if they're warned. I've done like a lot of bad stuff. I brought, I suppose, like a lot of chaos. But it's not a chaos as in I am chaotic. I'm quite stable, actually. And I'm very comfortable with what I am and who I am. But that amount of stability with like kind of like insanity is not natural. It's not a normal thing, and it starts to damage people's perception of reality. That's a very overwhelming thing for people. So you find yourself in a situation where you are being drawn to somebody and it feels like they have all the answers to everything all the time. It's not impossible they do. Okay, there are some high octane, intelligent, kind, benevolent people out there, but you always have to think to yourself, am I the rule or am I the exception? Is there a reason why I find this person so attractive? Is there a reason why this person is really doing it for me? And is this a healthy thing, or do I need this? Because there's a huge difference. If you want something, you can want somebody to make decisions, right? You can want somebody to kind of steer it for you. That's okay to some extent, as long as you can do it on your own as well. But if you need it, if you need that person, if that person could turn around, shoot you in the gut, right? And if you lived, you would hop right back in shotgun with them. There's a problem, right? That's going to be the main issue. Because when you get overwhelmed like that, depending on how long you spend with a person like that, what are you afterwards? Are you even your own person? Or are you just what they molded you to be? And if you break away, do you break away because it's you wanting to break away? Or did they make you think that you wanted to break away? Are any of your decisions even yours at that point? You basically give your agency away, and that might be akin to death. That might be too much for a human being to generally take. And once you've done that with one person, because you've compromised your agency so hard, you're more than likely going to do it with another person. And anybody with a overwhelming narcissistic personality is going to smell that. It's going to take 2 whiffs of somebody who just doesn't have it like that. Doesn't have what it takes to survive on their own. As soon as somebody, I'm not like a full narcissist or like a full sociopath or anything like that, but even that is readily apparent to me. And so if you are vulnerable like that, if you make yourself vulnerable to somebody and they abuse that, you're setting yourself up for a lifetime of, I wouldn't say pain, right? Because you can find somebody who, I'm sure there are narcissists out there that like also take care of like the people that they're vampiring off of. They're just probably uncommon. It'd be the exception to the rule. And if you find yourself in a situation where you're trying to roll a nat 20 on being an exception to the rule, probably in a bad spot. So be careful, I suppose. Or don't, right? Or make a decision and just know that you might screw yourself over and accept the consequences of that. Because to some extent, to make bad decisions that you know are bad decisions is kind of the point of living. But know what you're getting into before you do it. Good luck, I guess.